I'm back with the 1990 Ford F-150 inline 6. This truck here. Pulled everything off the whole vacuum line set. Found one issue, the biggest issue. This was melted and burned through, left it looking like this, and then it broke when I was pulling it out. So I've cut it off. Inside underneath the intake, it was kind of face down and hiding like that, so I had no idea this was inside here. It's hidden, you know. I couldn't see that there was an issue in there, and there's a couple other wires in there, so I just pulled back and forth. It seemed like everything was okay, but I pulled everything off and found that. I'll show you where the issue was, because I've been looking for this for a while, and it was way back in here is where it was. It was up in here touching some part of this manifold, and just got real hot and melted. So if you have this issue, you might want to take a look at that, see if that might be your problem. I'm not going to replace the whole line. What I was going to do, I have a bottle of hairspray here. It's an old BMX trick we used to put our handlebars on, our grips. Is I'll spray some hairspray on here, and it'll work as a lube at first, and I'll be able to slide that on real nice, and then when it dries, it'll stick real well. So I'll do that, and then I won't have to use hose clamps or anything. It'll just be probably, I don't know, in about an inch on either side. A little hairspray right on there, not too much. I'm gonna stick it in there, roll it around, and let it dry, and it should be good to go. So that's what it's going to look like afterwards. Just like that. Hairspray inside there is nice, and then I won't have to put clamps or anything, and it's a pretty snug fit, but just in case. I've gotten it mostly put back together. I just need to get a new distributor check valve there. This one's blown both ways. Probably can't hear that, but it's supposed to let air through and then plunge it closed, I believe is the purpose of that, but it's going both ways, and I'm gonna have to try and find a new one. I'll probably do it first, but I wanted to show you here. I phased these out, so I got 1, 2, and 3, and on the other end I have 1, 2, and 3. So I know what's what, and it's just confident in the future. I know, or for anybody, that these are hooked up correctly. This would be my inlet. 0, it'd be the other one coming off the vacuum tree to the can, and then from the can through here to the EGR, and then we got these 2 tab and tad coming off of that, 2 and 3 coming back this way. Other than that, I mean, the EGR, it's green, can't really miss that. Going up, it's either right or wrong, but yeah, show you that real quick. I'm gonna throw some of this stuff around all of it, and probably tie a rope up and send it through as a fish tape, really, to pull it underneath all those intake lines and pull it through there while they're inside of this. All put back together, well, this part, and I think it's pretty clean. I got my 1, 2, and 3 up here. 1, 2, and 3 EGR. So I'll run the fish tape through and pull this thing through, hook it all back up, and check it out. What I've done here is I ran some mule tape through there, back through this way, and half hitched it up. I'm taking a play out of the electrician's playbook here, and I'll just feed it through and pull at the same time. Should make it a little easier, hopefully. Got it all hooked back up. It's running through there, real nice and clean. There's my 1, 2, 3. I also labeled it over here because I had to run those in separately. That 2-port plug was pretty blown out, so I had to run it separately like that. Back there, I have my 1, 2, 3, all hooked up. And start it up, see what happens. Real quick, I wanted to say that fish tape idea was the best idea I think I've ever had in my life. It went so easy, so much easier than trying to get your fingers through here and push it every single time. Just pull it through with the cord. Just make sure you go underneath that EGR pipe. I had to take it off here, slide it through, and then put it back on. It wasn't that bad, but just if you go under, it'll be a lot easier for you. Gonna start it up, see what happens.
Okay, they're starting us for dinner.
Better start up than it's had. First try ever. A little high though. Calming down. Not really. The high idle, I had to unplug my idle air controller here, and it lowered it, but I plug it back in and it goes way back up. So I'm gonna probably change out this throttle body position sensor because it's looking pretty old, beat up. Might be the issue, could be a number of other things, but I will do some work and update later on that. But this is brand new, so I'm thinking it should be okay unless it was bad from the factory. But I started it up, checked here, have suction there, here. So up on my EGR, have suction here. So the vacuum's fixed, but on to other issues. I'm gonna start it up, let you guys listen to it again, plug that in, take it off, show you what's going on. The vacuum is fixed though, so I'll show you that real quick. Good startup. It wasn't doing that before. Every time I had to kind of hesitate. It took one time and never turn over. But already revving pretty high. Plug this in. Right there. Back off. Goes back down. So I'm going to research. Probably do the throttle position sensor, start there. And I'll update later. But thanks for watching. Vacuum line fixed. Check it out if you have the same issue. It might be underneath the intake manifold there. Alright, hope you enjoyed.